I'm Christopher G.
I'm Jordan Sherwood.
And what we're doing today is a little unboxing of some recent Criterion Collection releases on Blu-ray that we purchased. And here, you open that one, and I'll open this one. And did they pack it well and everything?
Yep, we got some level packaging.
All right.
Well, I've got a decent stack here.
Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here from the Criterion Collection.
What order
Let's start with that stack because these are like the little extra bonus ones.
Okay, well first up we've got
Caught by the Tides.
I have never heard of the filmmaker or the film, but it says it's over 20 years in the making.
It is.
This is like Boyhood on steroids.
I was just gonna say, if you thought of Boyhood when you were reading the back there, it is kind of similar. What it was, this filmmaker is, I think, kind of more in the vein of Wong Kar-wai, where he's like not doing historical martial arts things. He's doing things about real life China, modern day, normal average characters, working class people and their struggles, economic struggles and relationship struggles and that kind of thing. So this was filmed, I think he was doing it around the time of COVID. So I guess he was limited in what he could do. So he ended up going back to all this footage. He was kind of a wanderer. He would take his camcorder and go around different Chinese neighborhoods and just kind of take footage, and you didn't even know why. He would just take this footage. And so he had all this stuff, and he kind of ended up putting 23 years worth of stuff together in this film.
That's incredible.
But it is a story. So, but it's almost like semi-documentary or whatever. Anyway, I saw a few of this filmmaker's films previously and really liked them. They're very low key, very kind of almost like neorealist in a way. So I'm looking forward to that one. Caught by Tides. What's up next here? Let's take this out of the way.
John Huston's The Dead. This is the guy from Chinatown?
This is the guy from Chinatown, and more importantly, the guy from Tentacles.
Why does it seem as though we had this conversation 40 years ago?
Because we did.
Now, this is John Huston's final film.
Oh, wow.
Legendary director John Huston, who Treasure of Sierra Madre, Maltese Falcon, you name it, African Queen. And of course, he has that sort of the Huston dynasty, of which Angelica Huston is part of. And she stars in this film too. And this, again, is a very low key, based on a James Joyce story set in Dublin on one wintry night during a celebration, family having a celebration. And just the idea that this is the way that a very small thing can change a lot of lives. And that's the way it is kind of in real life, right? There are big epic things where just big sweeping things that change the world and change lives. This film is about little things that change people's lives. And very low key, very quiet, but beautifully shot. And it feels like you're just spending a winter evening in Dublin with this Irish family. And
I can't wait to check it out.
Good film there. What else we got?
This is Code Unknown by Michael Haneke.
You might know him. He did that, what was that home invasion film that he did? And then they remade it, and I think he directed it again, the same film as the remake.
Funny Games?
Funny Games. Michael Haneke, yeah.
I saw both versions of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, this one is starring Juliette Binoche, who is a favorite if you're
I know her. Yeah.
And it's, again, kind of a intersecting lives drama, a lot of unedited long takes. So if you're into that kind of thing, Code Unknown is something that's interesting. I haven't seen this. What do we have on the back here? I wanted to talk about something. Well, there's a making of. There's some interviews with Juliette Binoche, interview footage, that kind of stuff. There's those new interviews with film scholar Roy Grundman. I'm not familiar with his work, but anyway, looking forward to that because I haven't seen enough Michael Haneke.
This next one's going to hit a little close to home for us both.
Network by Patty Chayefsky, directed by Sidney Lumet.
Network from 1976?
1976.
So I was a little
50
boy.
years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody knows the line.
I'm as mad as hell, and
I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Are they yelling at Atlanta her?
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore!
Faye Dunaway, William Holden, Peter Finch, and Robert Duvall, all excellent. And I really like Beatrice Straight in this, who plays the wife of William Holden's wife in there, has the kind of spurned lover wife partner who just has had enough. She's had enough and never seen.
Everybody has, honestly.
Her film is of her husband's philandering.
And now 50 years later, we've all still collectively had enough.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's called a takedown of the idea of news as entertainment. Where's the line where news becomes entertainment and entertainment becomes news? Having worked in news for what's that?
We haven't gotten any better.
We both, having worked in news, are very aware of some of the issues that are brought up in this film. This is a new 4K digital restoration, audio commentary with Sidney Lumet. Ooh, that's got to be good. He's written a really great book on film directing. If you haven't ever read that, it's a really nice, terse, brief book about just practical stuff of like who to shoot first when you go on set, that kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to revisiting that and seeing a new 4K transfer of that. What do you think of the cover of this?
Oh man,
because Criterion always
perfect.
Criterion always commissions new artwork for their boxes, and sometimes they're really, really interesting artists. Next up,
I've been looking at this. This is Roma from Alfonso Cuarón. This was a Netflix movie, but it was right in the era where Netflix was kind of branching out into really getting their stuff onto the big screen.
Theatrical
yes.
releases, yeah.
They had, I think, just taken over the Egyptian theater, or they were planning to in the near
process,
future.
Yeah.
So I saw this at the Egyptian theater.
Okay, well that must have been before the renovation then, because it only just
I think so, yeah. So, I mean, it was an incredibly emotional experience for me.
So I've never seen this movie. I'm not ashamed
this
to
is
say,
a rare,
I regret
this is a
to
rare
say
occurrence where I've seen something that he hasn't.
Right. But I've always wanted to, because during Oscar season, I went to the Egyptian. They had a panel of art directors who were nominated, and they all talked about their films, and they showed clips from Roma. And at the time, I was like, oh my God, specifically one shot going down a main street in Mexico somewhere,
yes.
like during some kind of, I don't know.
It was during some of their
protest or
revolutions or protests.
Yeah, I just thought it was an amazing recreation of Mexico in the 70s. So I thought, wow, I got to see that, and I just never got around to it. So
you brought up with Code Unknown earlier about how it has such long takes, and whenever I walked out of the theater from Roma, I remember thinking to myself like, I can see this on the edit timeline in like 4 or 5 chunks.
Normally you look at an edit timeline, it's like thousands of cuts, right?
Yeah.
And this one is just like 2.
It's so good.
Like they look at it all day, like, should we move that one more?
There was a scene about 3/4 of the way through where the mom is talking to her kids about divorcing their father, and it hit really close to home to me. So it's
triggering.
Always.
Right. Now the thing
have a place to my heart.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing this just visually, and of course, Cuarón is a master storyteller. But also, this is a little bit different from what I gathered from a film like The Dead, or what was the other one we were talking about? This kind of low key, the Chinese film.
Yeah.
Because this is, even though it's about family dynamics, it is very epic, though, right?
Yes.
So that's the difference there.
It's very focused on this family and the people that work with them, but
a backdrop.
It is in the backdrop of so much going on in Mexico City.
So that might make a good double bill with one of the other ones where they're just kind of the other opposite, like the Dead and then Roma. Why not?
Why not?
Keep it up. Okay, next up is...
Last one in this box is Deep Cover. Is that Lawrence Fishburne?
It is Lawrence Fishburne and Jeff Goldblum, and it's 1992. Is that right?
Bill Duke.
Bill Duke, who you had on...
I've had him on my show before when I was a news producer.
News producer, you've known him, and what was your recollection of Bill Duke?
Oh, he was awesome. He was so much fun to have on the show.
Yeah, he seems
it
like
was when
a
he was
cool
on
dude.
promoting Mandy back when that came out back in like 2018.
Okay. I forgot he was in that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun.
Okay. Well, so this is about an undercover cop played by Fishburne who is trying to bring down this drug cartel, and I guess Jeff Goldblum is one of the big guys in the cartel and everything. I was really interested in seeing this because when it came out, it didn't strike me as the kind of film that was, it seemed kind of pedestrian to me, like a cop thing or whatever.
Any other cop movie?
Yeah, but over the years, and obviously now because it's on Criterion, it's gotten a place in film history as a kind of a neo-noir kind of movie, I guess you would call it. But also the cinematography is often highlighted in this film as being an example of just amazingly beautifully shot
If
film.
I'm gonna judge a book by its cover, it looks like it's got some mad bisexual lighting.
The
Like
teal,
the blue and pink
Yeah.
is.
So that's really why I got this. There's an Elvis Mitchell interview on here. We obviously love Elvis Mitchell. AFI Conservatory Seminar. Also a new 4K digital restoration. So really looking forward to that, and just looking forward to seeing what the images are like. I want to mention the name of the cinematographer, Bojan Badzelli. Kind of like a lot of neon and colors and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that visually.
Awesome.
So that's the main chunk that we got. And then there was 2 bonus ones, as I said.
Oh, wow.
With my frequent flyer miles, I was able to get 2 discs for free from this Criterion. So this one is called the Werkmeister Harmonies by Bellatar and Agnes Hranitsky.
I don't understand any of the words you just said.
It's in Hungarian with English subtitles. This is another film in the long takes, languidly paced shots, maybe a little bit harkening back to something like Andrei Tarkovsky. And it portrays the life of János and his uncle Georgi during the communist era in Hungary. But it's also based around this sort of mysterious circus that comes to town, and they have this huge whale inside this. One of the central images is this sort of whale that's inside this trailer. It's kind of like a stuffed whale or something, you know what I mean? But it's
normal circus stuff.
It's huge though. It's full size, and it's. But anyway, I've seen this many years ago, and I can't honestly remember much of it. It's one of those dreamy films that I probably fell asleep in when seeing it in the theater. But I'm looking forward to this one. Also, a new 4K digital restoration. It includes a film called Family Nest, which is Bellatar's first feature film. So that's cool. New subtitles. Interview with Tar film critic Scott Foundas. So, and this is in black and white. This is going to be nice.
Yeah.
For a good deep viewing kind of thing.
I love that.
We'll take a look at that. And then last on the list is Jonathan Glazer, a film called Birth. I've never seen this either, so this is going to be a new one for me. I do know the score for it by Alexander Desplat is a really interesting score. And, we've seen together... Oh, no, we've only seen together Zone of Interest. We didn't see Under the Skin.
I was wondering if that's who that was. That's the Zone of Interest?
This is Jonathan Glazer, yeah.
Oh,
did you
man.
see Under the Skin also?
No, I never did see Under the Skin.
Okay, so Jonathan Glazer is one of the most...
Zone of Interest was...
He's one of the most challenging filmmakers out there. Not only challenging in terms of what he's saying, but challenging in terms of his technique. If you've seen Zone of Interest, some amazing filmmaking there where he just I think placed cameras kind of strategically and then just left the set, had the crew leave and just had the actors perform in their environments without intrusiveness of a
I've never seen
crowd.
anything so horrifying that you don't see anything. It's all sound.
Yes.
I mean, all the horrifying, most horrifying.
And that's what I mean with challenging.
The sound.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say challenging, because he's not just doing the easy route. He's not holding your hand through this. He's confronting you with some interesting ways of telling that story. So
I'm eager to see this.
It's a hypnotic film about reincarnation, grief, and a 10-year-old boy who claims to be Nicole Kidman's recently deceased husband. So interesting. This kid shows up at her doorstep somehow and says, "Hey, basically says I'm your husband who just died like a few years ago.
Huh.
And he knows things that only her husband, you know, that kind of thing. So it makes you, it's a question mark. Is this real? Is this not real? Is she experiencing this? So I've never seen it though, but as I say, I know the score by Alexander Desplat. I think it's really great. And I have images in my mind just from hearing the music. So I'm interested to see how that goes.
Definitely.
So there we go with our 8. Was that 8, 2, 4,
that is
6, 8?
Fat stack.
It's a fat stack. Our 8 Criterions that we will probably do some episodes. If you see any of these titles that you think, hey, that would be cool, I'd like to hear that as an episode, let us know in the comments.
Please do.
We will try to do our best to cover some of that stuff. I just wanted to, because we're talking about Criterion, and you know, it's just an important part of any film lover's life if you're into physical media. I wanted to talk just a little bit about the company because this company launched in 1984 and has ever since has been doing curation, preservation, restoration of classic films because they started with Laserdiscs.
What?
So this is one of the first Criterion Laserdisc titles, Citizen Kane, that was released on Laserdisc. If you've never,
I think I've heard of Citizen Kane.
It's a little film. If you've never seen a Laserdisc, this is what they look like.
It's just a big CD
it's
or
a big
DVD.
It's not a compact disc, but a max disc. You can kind of see the pits and the grooves in there.
Oh wow!
But yeah, it's
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, you would have to flip these over because it was on sides, you know. So you'd go 15 minutes and like, oh, time to flip the disc.
And laser vision discs are played from the underside. Interesting. The encoded information on this disc is read by a laser beam. That means that the picture and sound quality must be far superior to videotape reproduction.
It was strange times. But you were getting the kind of resolution and extras.
Do you think this is ever going to have a comeback in the way that vinyl has in recent years?
I don't think so because, one, I don't think anyone's supporting this technically. It's really difficult to get players anymore.
Yeah.
They're all usually broken or just for parts. I bet you there's communities online of people who have like vintage cars, but they have vintage Laserdisc players. I just kept this because I think it's a beautiful box.
It is.
I used to just like, you know, get wet in the panties every time I would see a new Criterion disc. Here's another early one, Blade Runner, which is really what got me into Criterion in the first place.
Oh, wow.
Because I wanted to see...
Criterion Collection.
Yeah, it was the first time you could see Blade Runner in its full widescreen
They didn't have their little logo yet.
Yeah, the Wacky C, as they call it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they partner with Janus Films, who is a film distribution company. So a couple things you want to know. The Criterion Closet thing that we referred to was an accident.
Hi, my name's David Byrne, and I have been given the keys to the candy store. This is a box of Jacques Tati movies, but maybe we'll just talk about one. Let's talk about Playtime.
Apparently that is just a closet that they keep extra stock in, and some filmmakers who were visiting they started rummaging through, and somebody thought we should just film this because we've got
and now it's like the envy of every content creator and studio. And
if I ever would get invited, there wouldn't be anything left.
You know, you could host your own here.
I have a few numbers of them, yeah. So not quite as.
We'll look into that.
And I wanted to say, you know, they really stick on stuff because, like, for instance, Wong Kar-wai's Chungking Express, which we watched as part of that box set of the Wong Kar-wai, took 10 years to get out because there was a lot lot of rights issues with that film.
The music?
Probably related to the music, whatever. You know, sometimes those international productions also, who owns the rights, who wants to license it, that kind of thing. So, but anyway, it took 10 years to get that out, and that's why fans... One thing is Criterion does listen to their fans as well. And, you know, they pleaded so much to get Chungking Express out that they eventually did, but it took a while. I take claim to one title because for years, every year, I would bug Criterion. You can write to them on their website and request titles. I've requested titles over the years, but I was for years requesting True Stories, the David Byrne's only directorial film.
David, relax. Relax. Remember to look up into the camera.
They're getting ready for the 150th anniversary of their estate. They're calling it a celebration of specialness.
And it was just not available in any form really besides the original VHS, which was crappy. And then like lo and behold, like a few years after doing this, they announced that they were releasing True Stories. Whether or not I had anything to do with that, I just want to take...
Well, if we can't get our hands on Doc Bangla, we know what we need to do.
Yes, keep harassing Criterion for that.
Exactly.
So that's our look. I did want to do one quick thing here too with the, this is not Criterion, but this is the, I just picked this up, also 50% off at a sale. The Stanley Kubrick, The Shining book, which has also been 12 years in the making, this book. The guys who worked on this tried to track down every surviving member of the cast and crew, including Shelley Duvall and little boy, Danny Lloyd, to get this. But it consists of two things. One is a scrapbook here, which looks like, you know, a regular family photo album with photos. 75% of these photos have not ever been seen.
Oh, wow.
Just amazing, amazing photos. I went through this one night, just this part, and just like got lost in it and felt like I was in that world, you know, in that kind of creepy world of the hotel, but also the film, you know, filmmaking. And then this book here is sort of called the, more of the making of. It has all sorts of, you know, like production stuff. So you can get a really, it's so detailed, like really, you can get lost in this kind of, it's like forensics, right? And the thing about this is that it dispels some of the myths about Kubrick also, because, you know, there's this whole kind of myth that he would shoot 150 takes.
I've always heard that. Yeah.
The biggest take count they had was on one shot going into the ballroom, you know, during the big ball scene, I guess to coordinate them. They did that 66 times. That was the limit though.
So that's probably where the rumor started, is like,
maybe something
we did
like
this
that.
and they say that, oh, the whole film was like this.
Yeah. But if you're interested in Stanley Kubrick, and it literally, like in the film, the maze itself, going into a Stanley Kubrick film is like a maze. You just get lost in all these turns and corners and whatnot. And it's the kind of film that I watch. How many times have I seen this movie? Like, I don't know, countless times. Every time I get something different out of it. And that's just extraordinary. So if you're into that, take a look at the Stanley Kubrick, The Shining book by J.W. Rinsler and Lee Unkrich? Something like that, who've really poured their love into this book. And now we who love Kubrick can share in that research as well. So that's our look at the our Criterion closet for today, and this Taschen Shining book. We hope you've enjoyed this. Again, let us know if there's any of the titles we looked at today you're interested in seeing us cover. And until next time, we'll see you in the cinema sandbox. Keep digging.
Thank you so much.